Hey, it's your boy the Crypto Goon, and we back for another video. XRP to $25. We'll see. But before we get there, the Ripple CEO is on Fox Business talking about the future of cryptocurrency and XRP under the Trump administration. So before we hit the charts, we're going to check out this video and let's react to it.
Welcome back. Bitcoin has been on fire. Take a look at Bitcoin this morning at 93,761. The cryptocurrency touching a new all-time high of about $94,000 yesterday. As the Trump rally continues, Trump Media and Technology Group also reportedly in advanced talks to acquire crypto exchange Bakkt. Bakkt says it does not comment on, quote, market rumors or speculation. The acquisition would mark Trump's latest move into the world of crypto after promising to explore crypto-friendly policies on the campaign trail. Joining me now is the CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse. Brad, great to see you.
Very good to see you.
Thanks so much for being here. Tell us how Ripple fits into this whole crypto framework that we're actually understanding better and better recently.
So from the earliest days, Ripple has been focused on solving the problem around cross-border payments. It's slow, it's expensive, and we use a digital asset called XRP to help speed that up, make it very inexpensive and very reliable. But the challenge, as you know well, is the U.S. has had this very hostile. The Biden administration has been waging a war on crypto, and I think
So to keep it simple, he's talking about the SWIFT system, like sending a wire transfer or sending money across. Like if you use PayPal, you know how they take the PayPal fees, or if you got to send a wire, they take a fee and you may not get the money. Let's just say, for example, if you send a wire in the morning, the person you're sending it to may get it in the afternoon, right? But with XRP, banks can send wires, individuals can send wires, large lump sums of money. Just think of, a Cash App, right? 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, and the money comes within minutes.
Unlawful war. Courts have agreed with us on that. And we're finally seeing that kind of unlocked in a Trump embraced crypto and crypto embraced Trump. And I think we're seeing that.
Another use is if the government uses it, you know how people get their IRS, their tax, income tax refund, and you got to wait for a check or wait for them to send your wire, where they can send the money a lot faster.
Reflect in kind of how the markets have reacted since the election.
So for Ripple, do you think that this also unlocks new revenue opportunities for you in the U.S.? Because I know the customer base is largely outside the U.S.
You're exactly right. The United States SEC filed a lawsuit about what is XRP 4 years ago. And so it kind of froze the U.S. market opportunity for us. If you're a U.S. bank or U.S. financial institution, you're like, let's just wait and see how this plays out. So sure. 95% of our customers are outside the United States. And finally, I think we're at a point where we can actually see growth and see the crypto industry thrive here in the United States. The largest economy in the world has really been leaning out of the crypto economy.
And giving it up to China.
There's no question. Like, it's growing in the UK, it's growing in Japan, it's growing in Switzerland. I mean, these are big economies that are leaning, the US really has been the outlier in many ways.
Yeah, it's a great point. So talk to us about your outlook for crypto under the Trump administration and this deregulation that Trump is underway, thinking about and talking about. Look, he's been putting together a cabinet. We still don't have his idea on a Securities and Exchange Commission head, CFTC head. All of these agencies want a piece of you, want a piece of the crypto industry. They all want to have some kind of a regulatory, role here. Do you think you get more clarity under the Trump administration? Who's running things?
Yes, we want them to have a role. And as you know well, one of the biggest problems the crypto industry has had isn't the idea there's too much regulation. It's just the regulation is not even clear. We're trying to apply laws from literally 1946, a famous Supreme Court case called the Howey test, to we're trying to apply that to a digital asset industry that's been developed in the last 10, 15, 20 years. And so it just doesn't fit. And I think as we bring this new really the Trump cabinet to bear, getting those clear rules, which we've been asking for under the Biden administration for years, I think we're finally going to get that clarity, which will help the U.S. lead again. And I think, Trump talks about making America great again. I think he's going to make crypto great again in the United States.
No, he certainly talks about it a lot and wants more in terms of the U.S. role in that. Trump reportedly meeting privately with the CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, on Monday to discuss key appointments for the second Trump administration. So Fox Business's Edward Lawrence spoke to Coinbase chief policy officer about that meeting. Watch this.
We're gratified by the degree that the Trump team has had an open door with us and given us an opportunity to talk about our vision about crypto. And and to see them ultimately adopt much of that. We're very excited to do our part to fulfill the president's vision of making the U.S. a crypto and digital asset leader of the world. There's a lot of work to be done. There was a lot of damage done over the last 4 years that all of us in the industry and working with our policymakers can kind of get going on to restore the U.S.'s position as a global leader.
Well, I'll tell you, I think it would speak volumes if Trump put in a crypto expert in the SEC. That would be unbelievable. Or CFTC. Where does Coinbase fit into all of this?
I mean, Coinbase has been a really important voice in this. I think, three key players came together during this election cycle. Coinbase, Ripple, and Andreessen Horowitz came together to really make sure that crypto is front foot on the agenda. And I think we will get someone at the SEC who...
See that right there? XRP front foot. Not Bitcoin, which that's obvious, right? But XRP front foot, because they have an actual technology that is useful to the human race.
Who is very familiar with crypto. There's a couple names still in the mix that I think are very strong candidates. And the nice thing is, these are people who don't go in with we're going to attack this industry. And it really did turn out to be, at a minimum, unethical and a maximum unlawful. And again, federal courts are saying that, not just Brad Garlinghouse.
Right. And Trump has talked about the stablecoin industry as well. You're about to launch a stablecoin. Is that right?
We are indeed. Ripple announced not too long ago, we're announcing something called RLUSD or Ripple USD. The stablecoin market now is about $180 billion. And the largest player is called Tether. We think there's an opportunity for the Ripple of the world, we're an institutional use case, selling into banks, solving that cross-border, and really making payments cheaper, faster. We think this is a perfect use case of these technologies.
I can understand, because slowly but surely you're seeing financial services get it and start implementing crypto, stable coins in their businesses. Trump, of course, has vowed to fire SEC Chairman Gary Gensler on day one. I said day one. And Gensler has recently signaled that he may soon resign after President-elect Trump's massive election win. Here's a look at some of the rumored contenders Trump is considering for the chairman of the SEC, Brad. And I want to get your take on what's the most important thing that person should do in the early days of this new role at the SEC, should one of these folks get them.
I think working with Congress and identifying here's the gaps in the existing laws that create the confusion. I think, I don't know all those candidates personally, but there's a bunch of very strong candidates up there that I think aren't going to pretend that, hey, the rules are clear. Gary Gensler would testify in front of Congress and literally say the rules are clear, but in the next sentence, he wouldn't answer the question, is ETH a security? So to me, it's just this, head in the sand. It's a new dawn for crypto in the United States, and I think we really can make this the heartbeat of the crypto and blockchain industry in the next 5 or 10 years. For so many people, they feel like the people who are writing these rules, writing the framework for crypto, actually don't understand it. I mean, do you think Gary Gensler actually understands the crypto business? One of the most frustrating things about Gary Gensler, he actually taught classes at MIT about crypto. And if you watch the videos of him teaching these classes, and then you listen to him after he became the chair of the SEC under Elizabeth Warren's kind of guidance.
Oh, I see where you're going.
It was a night and day difference. And so
he is smart, he understands, but he's political.
Extremely.
Enough about Gary. Gary's out of here. Let's head over to the charts. Now, I was looking at this. I see a lot of talk about 25,000. There are several ways we can get there. One way is that I've heard of institutions or XRP doing a buyback from the holders at 25,000 per coin, which that nobody's talked about that yet. But we'll see. Now, from using the Fibonacci, and I'll show you how I use it. For anybody that hasn't been here, this Fibonacci is actually reversed. I have it reversed. Now, just looking at the price targets based on the Fib, which is the Fib is my thing. I see $63. I see $267. I see $3,900, and then from there, I see 299,000. Which for XRP that probably won't happen. Maybe Bitcoin. Now, of course, I can add more levels in here, but let me see. But I don't know if. These are levels that I personally don't use. I mean, this 2.72, that's 26K right there. as a possible price target, possible. But again, like I said, the Fibonacci is, around 90-95% correct, especially when it comes to the targets. But that's a long way. That's a lot of capital that would have to fill XRP. And we obviously know once you have banks involved and you have governments involved, and if they implement this technology, there will be a lot of money flowing in and out. In addition to that, every time XRP is used or every time it's purchased, they have something called a burn, where they burn some of the tokens to be able to for somebody to purchase them. So what makes a lot of cryptocurrencies valuable, especially Bitcoin, is because of scarcity. There isn't a lot of them to go around, right? So if XRP starts burning some of their tokens or their shares, then that can make it a lot more scarce. And of course, that will drive the price up, because then you'll have players that are willing to pay more for them because they're rare. But I just want to just bring this to you all. I hope it's something that helps. Shout out to the CEO of Ripple. Make sure you all check that out. I'll put the link in the description. And again, I'm interested in hearing what you all think. Drop a comment down below. And shout out to all my goons for pulling up once again. Crypto Goon out.